Yo, what is up, everybody? It's Peace. Welcome to another video. Guess who's still in GameStop? Me. I am green on my shares and my calls right now. I am short-term bearish on GME. I do think that in the next month, maybe it'll shoot up once again, because whatever that was to $80, I guess a week or two ago, was not a squeeze. That was another fake squeeze to get people out of their position, in my opinion, of course. Not financial advice, but yeah, I'm still in it with my position. Not going to really reveal my position at this point. But once it starts moving, I've heard many different price targets that people are going to get out. But obviously, there's the group of investors that are considered the apes that want to hold it until it reaches astronomical numbers, like phone number numbers. I'm not going to speak to whether or not that's possible. That would be amazing if that were to happen. But I just don't see them allowing it to, if they can continue to push this forward indefinitely. I just think that every investor will either be dead and passed on their shares to their next of kin, or it will just never happen, because obviously there's manipulation in the market. And yeah, but I am hoping for some big swings and to ride those big swings. I know one of my friends had a price target of 95. He doesn't think it'll go all the way to 100, and he wants to set his limits for selling at 95. So he'll get a big chunk of change. Obviously not life-changing money unless you have like so much money that that increase would just change your life. But I don't think, what would that be from here? That'd be like a ×4. So like so technically a 300% increase. I don't think a 300% increase on anybody is changing their life unless they're already a millionaire. So unless they've got like a ton of calls. But yeah, I'm still in it. And we're going to see what happens next week. We did shoot up to, it was higher than this. It was like, I want to say it got up to 80, but obviously the average of the time frame is not going to give you that. People have yelled at me for not using the candlesticks, but I am the true definition of a smooth brain. So I use the line chart for most of my analysis, unless I'm like playing with SPY actively. Then I'll use the what's it called, the bars. But when I'm just looking at a chart, it's just easier for me to interpret when I've got the lines. But anyway, hoping for big things. But like I said, I am short-term bearish. So against my shares, I did sell some calls. Some of them expiring tomorrow, so they could buy my share, or they could take my shares away. I still have a bunch of call options for a month from now, when I think the actual next run-up will be. But I'm going to try to pay for more in the money calls. By the way, I'm not silly enough to get out of the money calls. I'm never going to call it right. I can guarantee that. Not financial advice, obviously, but I am short-term bearish on this. And worst case scenario, my calls gain a bunch of value, and they remove a portion of my shares because of the calls that I sold that went into the money. But I did cover those calls that are already covered with my shares with some slightly further in the money calls, but they're still out of the money right now. So if those out of the money calls go into the money, then that means the ones that I bought, my long positions, will also increase proportionately. So it's just kind of just covering, because I'm long-term bullish on the stock, but I mean, I am short-term bearish. Like, I've seen what's happened, and I've seen what can happen. But if they take my shares, it wouldn't be the first time. It's happened before when I've sold calls. But just make sure that if you're trying to sell calls, that you have some way to protect your shares in case it does go to phone numbers. Because if you only have positions against your stock that you own, and it runs up to that, then you'll be locked in and you won't be able to get any benefit from it. So not financial advice, but I like to purchase in the money calls that are further out when I'm selling call options. against shares of any company, unless I think the company's going into the dirt. But I think GME is going places. And yeah, I don't think I've ever made a GME video, but... Oh, wait, you know what? I think I made one the other week when I was running up, but that was such a dud. But we'll see what happens in the next coming weeks. I guess I'll just keep on updating you guys because this is kind of fun. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more. Bye-bye.